What is one thing that you want either someone with a mood disorder or a parent or caregiver to know that you wish you knew before?
Well, I'll go first on this one. So anytime, and I've spoken around, I've done book events, and I'm amazed the number of people who come up to me who are experiencing bipolar disorder. And my first reaction to them is always to just hug them and let them know that I'm amazed by their self-awareness. I'm amazed by their ability to just go through life. And I just am amazed by people who come up to me and are living, the life they want to live while having this disease. So, I can't speak to what it's like. I'm just sorry. This is a end of a 10-day cold. And I got all kinds of cough suppressants, but I don't know what that's like. As a parent, what I tell people is hold on, just hold on and find, like Patrick, find your community. They exist, they're out there. I recommend DBSA now. I didn't know about that when we were going through it, but um, I just, I just, I just let people understand that it is really hard. I understand how hard it is. And that just to keep up the fight, because anyone who's been the parent, and like Patrick said, my son was mostly manic. I mean, he got very manic, psychotically manic many times. And so anyone who's gone through that, it's no fun, right? And so it's chaos, and no one wants to live in chaos. However, with Henry having taken his own life, I no longer have hope, right? And so even if you're going through the chaos, there's hope. There's hope, like Dr. Suarez said, that treatments will get better. There's just hope, right? That your child or your sibling or someone will find their path. And while I don't miss, the chaos, loss of that hope is devastating. So, for the people who are going through it, I just give them all the empathy I can give them and know that they still have hope and they should never lose that hope, ever, ever. So from my perspective, that's sort of my 2 cents.
I think personally, I think the thing I wish I would have known when Katie got discharged was that sleep is the absolute most important key to managing bipolar disorder. Without sleep, the meds don't work. Without sleep, you are at such a risk of either depression or a mania happening. So I think the discharge protocol, the thing I wish they would have worked on was telling that the things that Dr. Suarez had mentioned earlier too, about exercise, about the protocol for wellness, but also the importance of sleep, and then the importance of peers and supports. And I think it should be part of a discharge protocol that support groups are listed and handed out and given to people as they're leaving the hospital.
And Dr. Suarez, I'm also interested in your perspective because Henry got released almost every time with no plan,
Yeah.
right? Because the hospital is so overwhelmed, they're so in need of beds. As soon as they are, quote, stabilized, which means they've medicated enough where the psychosis is over, they're released. And so, I'm curious your perspective on that because hospitals are very quick to release.
I mean, the inpatient is just a portion of the treatment. I think the bulk of the work will have to be done on an outpatient basis, as the person transitions back to, his or her regular life. But no one should be discharged without a proper treatment plan in place. identified providers and appointments already arranged, and the family, friends, loved ones involved, having some support system in place to help them go through.
That was not our case.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate, Tripp.
Not
Well,
uncommon.
so, but to the question, I can't ever emphasize enough the importance of empowering yourselves and taking full responsibility over your living a healthy lifestyle. It's that's not only for a mental illness. It is harder if you struggle with a mental illness, but committing to living a healthy lifestyle is probably the most important part of the recovery. And it is achievable. It's hard to keep it up, like anything else in life that requires like steady work at it, but it can be done. It's very, very important. The other thing that I also want to emphasize, for parents here, the importance of well, not only parents, loved ones, brothers like Patrick. The science of predicting and preventing suicide is a very imperfect one. And we engage, we will try our best. In some instances, there may be signs, but often there aren't. So, learning how to live with that. Like, you've tried your best and your best was just not good enough to predict this very tragic outcome, but it is the way it is for now. Hopefully the science in this area will advance enough where we're not going to lose, folks with a mood disorder or other disorders, to suicide. But we are not there yet. Treatments help, very important. Medications, psychotherapy, psychoeducation, and some newer modalities like neuromodulation. Newer things coming out there. But for where we are in dealing with severe mood disorders, there is no miracle. It's like you combine them all and you stick at it, stay with the plan, and then take advantage of the supportive environment where folks, will be encouraged and get back on track to stay with things, the self-help things, that will help them get well and remain well. So forgiving ourselves, is very important.